In today's video, we're going to walk through how to prepare and start up the Questtec Solutions Steam-Trac gauge. I'm Benjamin Kuti, the Regional Sales Manager here at Questtec Solutions, and we'll go through this process together step by step. First, let's answer some frequently asked questions. Do the valves come standard with ball checks? Boiler code does not require ball checks in steam service and has strict requirements on how they are used when needed. The water connection must have a vertical rising ball check, whether internal or external of the valve body. It is also important to understand that the use of the ball checks excludes you from being able to implement a periodic blowdown of the level gauge. Consult the factory for information of the ball checks and how we can add them to your assembly in steam service. Are there warning signs of a leak on a sight glass in steam service? A transparent flat glass that utilizes mica shields may give some indication that a leak could occur. Your team should be on the lookout for clouding or what appears to be shiny or reflective properties in the sight glass window. That could be a sign that the mica shield has done its job and is wearing down, and once that occurs, steam will find a way through the sight glass window. Consult the factory on PM practices that can help you avoid prolonged leaks in the field. I have a steam leak in my top section. Do I need to replace all the sections? Look for the dry side or top connection to leak first, as it is commonly in the presence of steam. If a leak has already occurred, it could be beneficial to replace all glass and not chase leaks in the near future. If preventative maintenance is applied, you could however approach it differently, replacing anything under the NWL on every other PM cycle. Consult the factory on how to implement a PM on sight glass manufactured by Questtec Solutions in your facility. Are there any signs my gauge is not designed for steam service? When approaching a reflex type low pressure steam gauge, we are looking for the addition of spring washers on the sight glass, indicating that the gauge was designed for steam. In addition to spring washers, transparent sight glass needs to be in a staggered arrangement with no breaks in the visible glass. Those two things are major indicators if the gauge was designed for the service it's in. Consult the factory for any boiler code questions and how we can help ensure you are covered and compliant. What type of life cycle should I expect from a steam service sight glass? It is near impossible to predict how long consumable parts should last in steam service. Variables like quality of water and amount of times the gauge thermocycles can play a huge role in the life expectancy of the gauge. Consult the factory to better understand the pressure rating of the technology you are using and how that plays a significant role in the life cycles. The closer you come to the max PSI of the gauge, the shorter the life expectancy of those consumable parts becomes. Items like the STB3000 from Questtec Solutions can help extend life cycles of any application in the field. Reach out to your factory rep for information on the Steam-Trac line. We hope these frequently asked questions help answer some of the questions you may have about your Steam-Trac products. Next, we will cover installation hot topics and how we start up your Steam-Trac gauge. Pay close attention to Questtec's recommended use of support brackets in the assemblies over 100 pounds. Stress on the piping will only shorten the life cycle of the gauge in service. The location of the support brackets can be discussed with the factory and reflected in the drawings Questtec will provide. Bolt torque is vital to the proper operation of a water gauge because gaskets take compression set under initial bolt pressure at assembly. Tightening of nuts before installation to proper values and in the sequence specified is necessary to assure pressure retaining capability of a steam water gauge to specific design ratings. Please note, this is different from a hot torque. Step 1. Assure that all installation procedures have been completed. Check to determine that all connections are pressure tight and assure that all the nuts have been retorqued to their proper values as specified. Step 2. Inspect to be sure that the glass is clean and free of any damage such as cracks, scratches, pits, and chips. Step 3. Gauges should be brought into service slowly. To avoid excessive thermal shock or mechanical stress on the glass or chambers, the connecting valves must open slightly and the gauge temperature and pressure allowed to slowly equalize with the vessel. Start by turning the top valve or steam connection valve counterclockwise from 12 o'clock to 8 o'clock, followed by the bottom valve or water connection from 12 o'clock to 8 o'clock. This will depend on the style of hand wheel supplied on the valve. Consult with the factory to ensure you are following the correct procedure. Step 4. After the gauge is equalized with the vessel, both valves can be opened to their fully open position. Step 5. If the gauge is equipped with valves which have a ball check, the valves must be opened all the way after pressure and temperature have equalized to permit operation of the ball check in the event of gauge failure. Valves equipped with automatic ball checks may cause misreading of the gauge, where the liquid level fluctuates rapidly, causing the ball checks to accidentally seep. If you have any questions, visit us at www.qtslevel.com or contact your channel partner to order your engineered solution designed with care by Questtec Solutions. This video is not a substitution for the IOM. The IOM must be reviewed prior to installation and startup.